Alright, here we are for match one of this league. I'm going to keep this hand. I know it's kind of slow, but at worst it's got a counter spell and it's got a Peregrine Drake and Monic Wall, but it's got a couple Flame Slashes and a couple of ways to gain some life. Looks like we're up against Goblins, yep. Or maybe Red Deck Wins. I think Red Deck Wins has been more popular than Goblins. We're definitely up against Red Deck Wins. Red Deck Wins, I think, might be a better matchup than Goblins, just because they're not swarming you all the time. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and I think bolt the cohort. Well, bolt the flame slash, because the fact that play this out. For the fact that I don't know, maybe he doesn't have another creature. Maybe he runs out of creatures. Not sure. All right. So he had another cohort, which is unfortunate. All right. Let's go ahead and preordain first. See what I get. Firebolt and a Seagate Oracle. Well, we're gonna keep both, but we're gonna draw the Firebolt for now. Firebolt one of these bad boys. And I'm gonna play out the Forgotten Cave. I know I could use it to cycle, but I think I need the 5th mana. 4 lands, no creatures. So my opponent probably just has burn spells. So we're gonna go Seagate Oracle first to make it look like we got the Flame Slash off the Seagate Oracle. He's gonna bolt it. He's not gonna bolt it yet. Alright, we're gonna take the Lightning Bolt. I just want removal. And yeah, I think I'll just Flame Slash. I don't think Flame Slash really matters. I don't think Lightning Bolt versus Flame Slash really makes a difference. He decided not to bolt, unless my opponent was just trying to bluff, which is fair enough. Drawn 5 lands. 3 mana for a Goblin Heel Cutter. Alright, that's another reason I didn't want to use Bolt, because of that bad boy. Such a good card. Alright, so we drew a counterspell, so I think I think I'll just attack here. I mean, I have counterspell plus Lightning Bolt, so my opponent has 3 cards in hand, one of which I know is a Heel Cutter. Might as well just get in some damage. Well, my opponent's got really flooded. Well, that happens with these decks sometimes. It's really interesting. My opponent is not casting the Heel Cutter. That is interesting. Alright, so we drew 5th land, so now next turn we can go Peregrine Drake. There's also another blue source in case we want to keep up Counterspell twice, and another Firebolt. Wow, that is a lot of lands. Holy crap. Alright, so Jackal Familiar, I got no problem with that. No problem with that at all. We're going to use Lightning Bolt on this Goblin Heel Cutter. I think that Counterspell is just much more useful because it actually counters burn spells. Which, you know, if I get down to it, is going to be pretty helpful. Seagate Oracle. Okay, so let's attack here. Just got to peck away as many times as I can. Alright, let's go Peregrine Drake. So now my opponent could bolt in response, but that's the last card in their hand. They did not. Alright. 5, 2, 3. Go Seagate Oracle. Could go Mnemonic Wall here, but I don't want to tap out. I see no reason to do that. I'm just going to take the counterspell, I think. Well, I could take the land, actually. I already have 2 counterspells. Yeah, maybe land is actually better. Nah, I'm just going to take the counterspell. I'll draw more land. Like, drawing more land is not going to be a problem. If drawing more land is a problem, I'd be very surprised. if I need more land and don't draw it, I'd be very, very surprised. Nah, you don't need that to win. You're okay, opponent. You don't need that. And now this is what I was talking about when it comes to just, you know, you can just go Peregrine Drake with some... I mean, granted, if my opponent had drawn 4 more spells, depending on what they were, I'd be in a lot of trouble right now. But, hey, luck is a part of magic, my friends. Luck is a part of magic. Now, I'm going to cycle this Forgotten Cave. I don't think I actually need the 7th mana. And I kind of just want to get the game over with as quickly as possible. So I'm going to float the red, and then I'm going to bounce back to my hand and cycle it. Let's see what we get here. Lonely Sandbar. Alright, just say go. Alright, so my opponent is getting very, very unlucky. I had no problem acknowledging that. My opponent drew another land, as where we did, but more land helps us. Alright, so let's get in for 4. I definitely don't win this turn, but I win next turn. And I think I'll just firebolt this little puppy, just in case, since I can leave up counterspell with it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we win next turn. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and Calispray that. Just, might as well. Normally, I think this is actually a decent matchup for you because you just have so much one-for-one removal. And again, they don't really have a way to swarm you. So it's not hard to just stop every single thing that they do. And then once they start getting a little flooded, you can start powering out more removal spells. I don't like counterspell all that much on the draw, so I'm going to take some of them out. And then could probably take out the torch, but I think I'll keep it in there. I think it's okay. I don't want to take out all of the counterspells though. Could probably just take out like a compulsive research or something because it is kind of slow in this matchup. I don't like bringing in Electrickery here because it doesn't really hit anything except for like a Mud Brawler cohort when it's like not juiced up to be a 2/2, but I think that's fine. All right, so we have we're gonna keep. Almost hit mulligan there by accident. Opponent mulliganed to 6, and I don't know what they did with the card. I don't really care right now. No 1-drop. I'm cool with that. Gotta play this mountain and say go. Ghostly Flicker is actually particularly good in this matchup because you can blink your gain life lens. Makes me want to play Radiant Fountain, but I guess they also have Rakdos Shred Freaks. That's true. They do have Rakdos Shred Freaks, but I don't think that's enough to bring any Electrickery. Alright. Go ahead and Firebolt. And hopefully my opponent doesn't have Raise. So I'm just going to go for Mountain here. And pass the... I'm just going to go for his Boilerworks and pass the turn. I'm going to really hope my opponent does not play Raise. Okay, or Stone Rain. Okay. Or Molten Rain for that matter. Or just any land destruction at all. Most of the time these decks don't, but it's really, really hard to deal with that. Alright, so I'm just going to play as a Guildgate so I can have 4 mana next turn just in case. And I'm going to leave up Hydroblast. Heel Cutter is particularly good against this deck because most of your spells are removal. That's unfortunate. I think I'll still just Hydroblast that just to keep my opponent off of what they're doing. Heel Cutter is particularly good because a lot of your removal, in fact, almost all of it is. Well, had I known I was going to draw that, I mean, most of your removal, if not all of it, is whatchamacallit, is removal base is a removal base sorcery base. So, all right, that's fine. My opponent went for Bushwhacker. Okay. So now next turn, I guess they also have Bushwhacker. I still don't think Electrickery is very good, but I keep finding things. All right, so what we'll do here is we're gonna go Peregrine Drake into Fireball plus Flame Slash, leaving up I guess Ghostly Flicker, just because we can. So red, go Firebolt. We're going to Flame Slash the Bushwhacker, sending a message to the Bushwhacker family that we believe it's more threatening than the Goblin cohorts. I don't know where I'm going with this. I should feel very, very bad I just said that. So at least next turn we can do some tricks with Ghostly Flicker into Mole Drifter. Especially if we draw land, which is pretty good. If my opponent just spends his turn going Heel Cutter, hit me for 3, I'm not upset. But we are at 7, and we're in quite the burn range right now, which is a problem. So we'll have to play accordingly to that. Um, hmm. So if I Ghostly Flicker, I can float 2 mana, and then I can go Ghostly Flicker with Mole Drifter and untap for some more spells. I think that's better. Let's go ahead and attack. You know, had I known I was going to draw a removal spell, I obviously would have saved that Hydroblast. I would not be at 7 if I didn't have to use that Hydroblast. I only used the Hydroblast because I figured, like, well, I'm not going to take much more damage if my opponent's just heal cutting me, and in case I don't draw a removal spell, I don't want it on the board. Of course, Alright, so go ahead and flicker and flicker. So now the island's untapped, so before the ability takes hold, we're going to do this. Okay. So now I'm going to evoke the Mole Drifter so that I can Ghostly Flicker it and the Peregrine Drake. So now, quick thing to note: just like when you ponder or you preordain, the first card you click is the first one to go on the bottom or the top and whatever. The first ability you clicked on the stack is the one that goes to the bottom. So you always want to click the evoke first because then that puts the draw 2 cards above it. So just keep that in mind. All right. So let's do 1, 2, da, 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 da. Okay, now this doesn't matter. And then obviously well, not obviously, but the Mole Drifter is a new object technically as the game sees it, so the evoke doesn't actually matter anymore. Okay. Okay, so let's gain a life. And I think here playing Seagate Oracle might be better. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah, I guess we could still leave up Counterspell or Hydroblast if we draw it. Alright, what would you Bolt? Bolt was a very good draw. We're at 8. We're dead to 3 Bolt effects, but hopefully my opponent doesn't have 3 Bolts. They have Heal Cutter and 3 unknown cards, which is big. So we'll see how that goes for me. Okay, so my opponent played Heal Cutter. And I'm just going to block it with whatever he I'm just going to block it with one of my Mole Drifters. I could Bolt it, but I think Bolt might be better overall later, in case he has another one. So I'd rather just block. If he bolts my Mole Drifter in response so that his guy does not die, I don't care about that, really. Okay, nothing else. I'm cool with that. Wow, all 4 more drifters. All 4 Mole Drifters. Jeez. Alright, let's go. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leaving up Bolt is where I could go Seagate Oracle. Let's just go Mole Drifter and draw actually 2 cards. If I go Mole Drifter, 1, 2, I can have 2 mana up. Yeah, I think going Mole Drifter is probably just better here. Actually, let's do this in case I draw Bounce Line, because I'm going to want to return that. My opponent's a Pyroblast? No, okay. Peregrine Drake. Alright, we'll leave up 2 red spells. And I'm just going to attack with the Peregrine Drake in case my opponent has another Heal Cutter. That way I can keep the Bolt in my hand and block if I need to. No Bolt at the end of turn. I also played the Mountain there in case my opponent goes Chain Lightning. Although, I don't think I'm going to copy that. I highly doubt I'm going to copy that. Let's see, my opponent I'm also leaving up both blockers in case my opponent has Bushwhacker. Because my opponent did not do anything. So it's likely that my opponent could have Bushwhacker. Okay, well they just had a Haze Creature. That's also fine. Now I kind of wish I played the Seagate. But I'm pretty happy with both cards that I drew. Like, drawing the island anyway, so. Another Drake. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Play Peregrine Drake. I have no idea what that was. Probably fireworks. I have my windows open right now because it's not that hot out. It's kind of hot out. Just playing out these Peregrine Drakes, not only to get mana, but also to just flood the board. Try to maybe win next turn. We have 5 points of burn in our hands, so let's go ahead and play Seagate Oracle. Okay, Ghostly Flicker. Now that was a good card, because now what we can do is we can attack with these 2. I can flicker and go to 9, but I still lose to 3 bolts, and my opponent only has 2 cards in hand. So I think here just drawing more cards is obviously better. So 1, 2, 3. Let's evoke this Mole Drifter. And draw a couple cards. We drew Karavek's Torch. Well, I don't just win off a Karavek's Torch, do I? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Untap, float 1, 2, float 6. Wait. So if I play, hold on a second. Okay, I don't believe I win. I believe I'm 1 off because I can go 1, 2, 3. Because I'm going to be tapped out when the Ghostly Flicker happens. So then I untap once, floating 6. And then I get to untap again, having 6. Yeah, I'm 1 point off. Or, well, wait. If I have 12 mana, I bolt my opponent down to 9. And then I have 11 mana, and I can hit my opponent for 10. I'm pretty sure I win the game. Oh, well. If I screw up, who cares? Let's see how this works out. Pretty sure I did the math right that I win the game, but we'll see. So, pop both of these. If my opponent kills one of them, I don't win, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just make it easier on my life. 2, that. And then that. No, click. Alright. So then I bolt my opponent to 9. And then hit my opponent for 10. Yep, I did the math right. Okay, if I had missed that, I would have been quite upset. Alright, so that was match number 1. My opponent got really unlucky in game 1, and then game 2, you know, red deck wins. Actually, this is typical from red deck wins. This is pretty much what the deck is supposed to do, and it got me to 8, and I don't know if my opponent just, you know, maybe they had another heel cutter in their hand, or they had another invoke, or they had another acolyte. I'm not sure, but you know, the difference between this and goblins is that goblins can just swarm and then kill you, is where red deck wins is more 1v1, more, you know, 1v1 oriented. So that was match number 1, and I'll see you back for a second.